Hey, welcome to another day or another episode of Activate Your Soul Purpose podcast. I'm your host, Ina Claggette, and I am here on my journey to 100 videos. I forget what episode this is, but I'm on a roll, and I'm going to just continue to move forward. I'm outside today in my yard, and there's somebody next door mowing the lawn, but I'm here anyway, right? I gotta let my dog out and have some sunbathing time, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make my video. So anyway, I'm here, and a couple things are on my mind. One, as I was coming outside, I was reminded of the snake that I saw the other day. It was a damn copperhead, meaning poisonous, deadly. Okay, deadly. And it was actually on Sunday. It was Sunday evening, maybe like 7, 8 o'clock. I'm outside working in the front yard, and I'm like in the zone. I got my headset on, I'm just working, and I walked to my garage, and I just turned around, walked to the garage, and I'm turning around to, I guess, go back to the yard or the area that I was walking in, and lo and behold, a big ass copperhead snake is crawling from underneath my truck to the grass area where I was. And then my dog is literally right on the other side of the snake. So the snake is like this, and my dog is on the other side of it. And I said, oh shit. And I jumped, and then that scared my dog, and she was like, oh, what? And so she jumped over the snake. I was so scared. I was like, oh my God. My spirit was like, this snake is going to react. Because, snakes are very quick, and they're protecting themselves. I didn't know if the snake thought that my dog would step on her or whatever. So I was concerned that my dog was going to get bit in the act of her jumping over the snake, but thank God it didn't. So my dog comes to check on me, and then she's looking around like, what was it? What is it? And I was like, immediately my instincts go, put her in the house, because as soon as she sees that snake, she's going to go over there and try to figure out what it is. And I didn't want her to die once again. So I'm thinking quick, I'm thinking fast, because I'm like, I need to keep an eye on this snake, and I need to make sure my dog is safe. So I put her in the house, and then I was like, oh yeah, and I don't want the snake to come in the garage, because it's like literally a couple feet away from the damn garage. So I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, I'm trying to also keep an eye on this damn thing. So I think the snake sensed that it was a lot of activity around, so it then goes and begins to turn back around to go back under my car. And I'm like, okay, but it's moving slow. So I'm like, okay, let me shut the garage and then go back outside to go see where the snake is, because I just need to know, where it is, so I'll know where I need to be. And I'm like, I got to get my phone and there's a bee. And I got to get my phone because the shit is still outside, but there's a snake. So I'm like, and it's starting to get dark. I mean, like literally, it's like getting dark. So I tell my son, hey, there's a snake outside, so let's be on the cautious. And so he starts to try to help me figure this out. So I make some snake away. I don't have any snake away, but I know how to make some. It's basically vinegar, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, basically all the pungent herbs, all the very strong, spicy, all the herbs are like, smells good to me making. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna make some food with this. But basically you just make a concoction like that, and you create a border or a barrier so that the snake doesn't like it, and it goes away. So I say all that to say, but prior to this, I'm going to wrap up the story, but prior to this, my neighbor a couple rows down, he's alerting everybody in the neighborhood like, hey, there's copperheads on the loose, because they seen one down in their yard, and he thinks it's due to another neighbor that's got a whole bunch of stuff in their yard. But he's like, oh, there's a bunch of copperheads, and they killed one of them because it had the potential, it was a deadly snake. And they're like, I don't want it to get my dogs, I don't want it to attack. So he's warning everybody and wanting us all to go get snake away and prepare and all this other stuff. So I'm like, okay, I heed the alarm. But where I and some people may disagree, but this is how I think. And I think I know it comes from me being heavily involved in nature. Like through my herbal experience, it brought me outside, and it made me have a new understanding about how we're all a part of the same ecosystem, and how we all are needed, and we're all a part of, a part of each other. And I used to be terrified of spiders and things like that, but I'm no longer afraid of it like that. And yes, it startles me if I see one, or snakes and things like that, but I don't have the same fears or the same mindset that I did before I became an herbalist and before I became a gardener and working with nature. I see things differently now, and I'm thankful to God for that. So my initial response wasn't to kill it. Now, mind you, I'm scared of killing shit. Like a snake, that is like, I'm scared of that. I am scared of that. But I didn't kill it because I'm scared of it, scared of killing a snake. I didn't kill it because I didn't believe it needed to be killed. Just because I don't believe that the snake should have been killed just because it had the potential to kill me. What I've learned just through my basic observations of things like that, because it's not the first snake that I've seen or the first copperhead that I've seen in my property, it's that they're more scared of us than we are them. The snake was trying to get to where it needed to get to. I realized that the damn thing is not after me. It would only bite me if I were to try to attack it, or if I happened to startle it. So my mind went to, all right, this is a creature that obviously lives outside. It's a normal thing. And I also realized that I want to be safe. So what do I do in this case? Do I kill the damn thing? Do I go out? No. You barricade. You not barricade, but you create boundaries. And I don't know about you, but I talk to things. As I was putting my snake away, my DIY snake away, over the area. And this came after my son and I went out and surveyed the land, like made sure the shit wasn't still underneath the car, because we had plans to leave that night to head out. And I didn't want to, the snake was coiled under there, and we're loading the car up with our stuff, and the damn thing, gets scared and bites us. So we had to make sure we went outside at night, because it was night by this time, with our flashlights and cameras, and being cautious to see where it was and all of that. So once we realized that it was nowhere in our area, we went ahead and put the snake away down. And as I was doing that, I was talking to the snake in case it was still around. And I said, you know what? I don't believe that you should die just because you have the potential of killing somebody. I have that potential as well, and I don't believe I should die. But please, stay out of sight and watch out for us, and we'll watch out for you. Just talking to it in hopes that hopefully it translated and the snake understood. But I basically was doing it for my own peace of mind, and also I just want to recognize that, hey, I want to be safe, and I want you to be safe. So let's stay out of each other's way, and let's stay out of each other's way, and let's be mindful of each other. So I realized, okay, I do need to be remember that there's things out here that do have the potential to harm me if I'm not careful. So I have monkey grass. I like monkey grass, and I use it as a natural border, and it's along my driveway, right? And now I'm thinking about, like, I'm going to dig it up and move it into areas where I don't frequently walk. So, because those are great hiding spaces for snakes, or they might be trying to come out, and I might get too close to the monkey grass because I don't see, and I can get hurt. So I'm like, okay, let me just make sure I create safe habitats for me and the animals, right? So yeah. So that was on my mind. And I also had a dream last night that was kind of similar to this. Basically, be prepared and create necessary boundaries, or make necessary preparations for your safety and security. But don't live as if you're under attack. right? Why do you want to suffer twice? Suffer like as if the snake was trying to get us and we got to run around or whatever, but just say, I'm aware that there's potential here, and I'm aware that this could turn into a different situation if I'm not mindful of them and my own safety. So what do I need to do in this situation to ensure that I'm safe, right? So, and my family is safe. So yeah, I did that. And I guess when it comes to, since this is more of a business podcast, personal self-development, you could look at this as like readying yourself for the possibilities, but don't get so far out there to where you are allowing your fears to overtake you, allowing your fears to kill your dreams. If something comes up in your mind, consider it and go, do I need to do anything about this? And if so, what can I do? How can I take precaution or put things in place that will safeguard me, right? So whatever that is for you, consider it and respond accordingly. Respond in a healthy, sensible way. Don't let it overtake you and you just take it all the way to the left. So yeah, that was on my mind, and I just wanted to share that since this is just wisdom, just my perspective and something that I recently experienced that as I was coming outside, I was like that was brought to mind. Another thing that I wanted to mention too is continuing on the theme of following the path of least resistance is I knew that I have this goal, and I'm excited about meeting this goal. I'm excited about this journey. And I said a video a day. At least that's what I'm doing now, like a video a day for 100 videos, and how that would look for me realistically, right? So I'm outside. It's not a perfect situation. There's somebody mowing their lawn. It's summer here, and the damn mosquitoes, I'm okay, thankfully, right now. But I'm like, get the shit done. Get it done. Let's get it done. So I'm here. I've accomplished my goal. I'm here with another video, and I'm learning to trust my voice, and I'm learning to share and communicate and work through being able to speak clearly and offer clarity, things like that. And it's just fun. I like this. This is good. So I'm just like, the path of least resistance is just to show up. Don't try to set up the perfect situation or backdrop or whatever. Just turn on your phone. I'm using my iPhone and I'm hitting record. And here we are now. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Just make it real easy for yourself, especially if it's a goal that is hard, because it's a new habit that you have to create. And like I mentioned in the previous video, when you're creating a new habit or lifestyle, you literally all I think the first step should be is just to show up and create the space for the new habit to live. You don't necessarily need to go all out as if you already have the habit. Just show up, right? Create space for the habit to reside. And the one thing I think about is just my journey to strength training, because I'm a heavy cardio girl, right? Heavy cardio girl. But now that I'm in my 40s, I want to really prioritize my muscle retention and strength training. So that's a new habit that I'm trying to create. In the past, I've, gone on and all in. I'm hours or 45 minutes, 30 minutes in, lifting and stuff, and I'm doing it. And then the next damn day, I'm fucking tired, or I'm wore out, or I need a minute to recover because I just went too hard, too fast, too soon. Just doing way too much. It's not even a lifestyle habit yet, but it's something that I do want. So basically I was like, how can I make this sustainable for myself? So I said, okay, I know how often I want to do this type of exercise. What's realistic for me? Literally to show up and say, I work out or I do my strength training every other day. What does that look like? Does that mean every other day I'm like, okay, 30, 40 minutes? No, I said, this is what I did. I'm doing three sets of 10 reps of something. That could be bicep curls, whatever. I'm creating the rhythm, I'm creating a routine, I'm showing my brain that yes, I can literally check that off. I did it, I'm doing it. And then of course, obviously, on some of those days, I'm like, I want to go longer than this, and I allow myself to go. I allow myself to do it, but I allow myself to do it in a way where I know I'm going to be able to sustain it, and I'm not going to wear myself out. I'm able to continue with the rhythm, and I've been very consistent with that, and that's working out for me. So I realized, yeah, and that goes into the theme, like I mentioned in the other video too. I have a vision of how I want the end result to be, and that's what I'm expecting right away. And maybe some of y'all are like that too. It's like, I see the end goal, I see who I want to be, I see where I want to go, and I'm get there. Boom. I see it, I'm there. And it's like, no, there's steps, there's a journey, there's a process to get there. So what's the next thing? Create the space, create the habit. The habit is I'm showing up on these days. And if all I got in me, because sometimes I do feel like, oof, all I got in me is 3 reps of 10, then that's what I'm gonna do. And I did it, and I'm satisfied with that. I showed up, and I checked it off, and I met my goal. So the same with these videos. I am allowing myself to show up for 100 videos, and I'm just allowing myself as much space and grace as I need to. I'm not putting any pressure on myself to show up in a certain kind of way. The point is, what is the point? I'm creating, it's not even like I'm trying to be consistent, because I don't know if my schedule after these 100 videos is going to be every day. I don't intend to do that. I may get my flow and get my rhythm and get my messaging and my clarity on how I really want to do it. And it might just be a weekly podcast, and I'm cool with that. But the first 100 videos is just like allowing me to get it all out, allowing me to find my flow. Find yourself, find your rhythm, see what you like to talk about, see what resonates. It's a discovery period. So that is the point of these videos, is to get clear on your messaging, get clear on where you want to take this thing, get comfortable showing up and speaking, get comfortable in your new space, in your podcast, because even right now, as I was talking, especially when I was telling that story about the snake, it just made me feel like, damn, like, did I lose your attention? Ain't nobody, I'm talking to a video, okay? I'm not, so it's like, am I talking too long about this? Just things that came up for me were like, are you even interested in this? Does this even matter? Like, you know what I mean? It might not to some people. It might be really profound. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Leave a comment like, that was long-winded, or you know what, that made me see things differently. I don't know, but I wanted to share, and this is me sharing, and this is me finding my way. This is me finding my way, and yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results and the growth that comes from this. And like I told you in the last video, whatever you are trying to embark on, your new journey, your new habit, just offer yourself so much grace. And know that you just want to get started, especially if it's a challenge or it's a lot, to unpack and unravel, because all you see is the end. It's like, okay, let's just take the next step, and that's it. And you're trusting the process, and remind yourself of, why am I doing this again? I'm, like I said, I'm not here because I want to be consistent for ever with a video a day. I know that ain't what I'm trying to do. I know that is not the goal. That is not the goal. The goal is to show up for myself and to get over that threshold of 100, because I feel like after that, you will have some real data and real understanding and something to work with as far as your growth and development, and you'll be able to see what you're working with. You have material to work with. And as I was saying that, I was also thinking about human design as far as consistent and showing up and all this other stuff. I'm a manifestor, for one, and I mentioned that in a couple of videos before. I'm a splenic manifestor, to be exact, and that means I'm non-sacral. So that means one of my energy centers is I have an undefined, because I do have some definition there, but I have an undefined sacral. which means that I don't wake up with a fully charged battery that I need to use up by the end of the day so that I can feel like, no. I wake up with different levels of energy every day. Sometimes I do have a fully charged battery. Sometimes I don't. And maybe I ain't got shit, and I'm like tired. So I'm learning to let go of the expectation of you got to show up the same way every day. And I'm a woman too. So I have hormonal shifts and things like that. We are likened to the moon. The moon goes through hella different phases. It's not the same damn moon like that. So with that perspective, and also the understanding of being a non-sacral being, I'm learning to let that shit go. Like I give myself grace. And so I do things, if it is something that I would like to be mindful of, like I do believe in exercise and daily movement, but that movement is and output is going to look different all the time. I do things, as far as female hormones and things like that, and period, I track my cycle, and I understand that different weeks, depending on what phase I'm in, I'm going to either feel very energetic or kind of on the low mellow side. So I'll do my workouts according to that, but I still show up, but I show up in a different way, right? And I believe exercise and is just as important as eating and drinking, water. Daily movement is important, but it just looks differently, every day. So I say all that because I'm thinking about how I want to show up with these videos. I'm not, like I said, the goal is not to keep up with this daily video. I believe that I have a desire to, because I'm also desire motivated. I know I have a desire to do this, and I'm excited, and I do have a defined throat as far as human design terminology. So I have consistent energy to do this, and I can do this. I can do this challenge, and I see the value in it, and I'm committed to it. I also have a defined ego, so I'm definitely committed to this challenge. So I'm able to succeed in this. I for sure am. And I'm not putting pressure on myself to continue forever. It's not sustainable. So I do allow and believe in giving yourself grace, being flexible. Again, I don't have a defined root or a defined head, so pressure and time and all that shit, I'm very flexible on that. And so I work with what I got. I work with who I am, and I accept that. And that's something I want to inspire others to do. And I do help people with that. Like, accept yourself. Find out what your rhythm and your natural flow is, and lean into it. Just because I'm a non-sacral doesn't mean like, oh, I need to figure out how to supplement that because that's the part of me that's missing. No, I'm not missing shit. If anything, I learn from those open centers, and I gain wisdom, and I can take in and observe, but I'm not missing nothing. No, I'm going to lean into what I have, and I'm going to use my gifts and my talents, and I'm going to do that shit and work that accordingly, and be wise about the insights that I receive from these open centers. And also make sure I have the correct boundaries, because one of them, the open centers that I feel the most in me from my own experience is that I have a completely open solar plexus and a completely open root. And you talking about somebody that can get stressed or feel like I'm running out of time, and I can't. Those are ones that I'm like, I don't fuck around with. Like, I don't play about putting boundaries up, because I do not like the feeling of being out of control because I'm taking on someone else's stress or I'm taking on someone else's emotions. I don't like those to be filled with heavy emotions and stress. That shit does something to me. So I have to make sure that I am cleansing those areas. For me, that's walking, that's talking, that's journaling, that's tapping, whatever I need. I'm gonna do that shit. And I'm also gonna put up some energetic boundaries on what I allow myself to receive. So you just know yourself and know how you're designed, how you are meant to operate. Accept it and work with it and be happy and proud of it. So again, I'm excited about this 100-day challenge or 100 video challenge. And yeah, I'm going to keep going. And whatever challenge you have set out for yourself, remember to give yourself grace. And remember to give yourself grace. And if it really does matter to you, then show up for yourself. And even if it means to literally like walk in the door, like I always have a visual, like you say you want to go to the gym, right? Even if it literally means I walked through the door at the gym, I stood there, I looked around, and I left. Your ass technically showed up. And sometimes that's all. If that's all you can do for a goal that's hard and challenging, that's all you could do. That's all you should do. And then the next day, I promise you're gonna do something else. If you really give a fuck, like if you really care, each day is gonna look different. Each day you're going to, what else can I do a little bit different than I did yesterday, right? Like today. All right, I'm gonna go outside, put on some earrings, I'm gonna just do it, and then even with like as I mentioned in the previous video about adding chapters and things like that, I said, okay, that's not too hard for me, and that's something that I could do, that I could level up. Like, how am I leveling up over time? Whether it be each day or each time you show up. But basically, if the first day, or if all you can do is take a literal small step, then take a literal small step. That doesn't mean that you're going to be there forever. If anything, you just moved from nowhere, right? You literally just moved a step from being where you previously were. So you are making movement. And to me, those types of gradual shifts and gradual changes create lifestyle changes. They're habits. And I believe in sustainability and longevity. I believe in those things. Like, I want some shit to stick with me for a lifetime. I'm not looking for no quick fixes. I'm not looking for I'm going to heavily exert myself. And I'm not about carrying heavy loads fucking every day. I'm not about that life either. I'm about, like, let it feel good, let it be natural, let it be sustainable. I'm gonna get there, right? Eventually. And that shit, when I do get there, I'm gonna be able to sustain it. I think about things from human design, astrology. I am a Capricorn sun, so I am about that enduring life, right? I am about longevity, sustainability, but I'm also an Aries rising, so that quick, I do have that too. So sometimes they go against each other, but for the most part, I'm about the long game. So, and I know for a fact that when you have lifestyle changes, you're able to sustain it, right? And because you have a better sense of self, you have a better sense of you got mature trees now. They're no longer seedlings. You got a fucking oak tree. You got a full-fledged tree that's producing fruit over and over and over again. You're not constantly replanting shit, putting it down, replanting. Your shit is grown and it's fucking sustainable and it's producing for you. So I'm about that life. So I say all that to say, keep going. Take small steps if that's all you can take. Be proud of those fucking small steps, because every step you take matters. Every step you take gets you closer to your goal. And I think about the saying, I don't know if this is right, but like they say, if you change the course of your direction by one degree at a time, or a ship or something like that. Y'all know, look it up. But basically that quote comes to mind as far as changing your life 1 degree at a time. That's very small incremental changes, but you are making real big shifts in your transformation and in your journey. So stick with that shit and keep going, keep walking, because it will pay off. And we gonna find out together, okay? We gonna get to the other side on 101, video 101, and be like, we motherfucking did that shit. This is what we learned. This is what I'm at. This is where I'm at now. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also going to enjoy my time as I walk towards that goal. And we're going to do it together. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and tune the fuck in so that I can continue sharing my insights with you and encouraging and just sharing whatever it is that I have to share with you. I feel like it's inspiring. I feel like it's a window into how this shit is starting from the fucking ground up. And then let it be comforting to you. Let it be like, I'm about to do my shit too. I'm about to get out there. I'm about to do my shit. Do your shit. Do your motherfucking shit, okay? We're going to get there together. You know, if you want to comment. You want to give us some love, show some love, you know. But we're going to get there together, okay? And I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.